Welcome to Easy Go Life, where we simplify digital success, explore cutting-edge tech, game-changing marketing hacks, and more, crafted to inspire and empower every generation. Let's innovate and thrive together.
Welcome to the fourth installment of our Learn Website Designing and Development from Scratch series. In our previous videos, we've laid a strong foundation with HTML and CSS, setting up the structure and style of our web pages. Now, it's time to add a new dimension to our skills, JavaScript. In this video, we'll dive into the world of JavaScript, a powerful programming language that breathes life into your web pages. JavaScript transforms static websites into dynamic, interactive experiences. From clickable buttons and interactive forms to content that changes on the fly, JavaScript is the key to engaging users and enhancing their experience on your site. We'll start by exploring what JavaScript is and how it fits into web development. Next, we'll cover its basic syntax and data types, giving you the tools to write your own scripts. You'll learn about variables, functions, and events and see how they enable your web pages to respond to user actions. Finally, we'll dive into manipulating the DOM and creating simple interactive elements that make your websites come alive. Get ready to bring your web pages to the next level with JavaScript. Let's get started. JavaScript is a powerful programming language that brings your web pages to life. While HTML and CSS lay the groundwork for structure and style, JavaScript adds the magic of interactivity. It enables you to create dynamic features such as interactive forms, animated elements, and real-time updates. In this segment, we'll uncover how JavaScript works and why it's a crucial component in modern web development, enhancing user experience and functionality. JavaScript is a programming language used to make web pages interactive. While HTML structures the content and CSS styles it, JavaScript adds behavior. It allows you to create things like clickable buttons, forms that check for errors, and dynamic content that changes without needing to reload the page. To truly harness the power of JavaScript, you need to understand its basic syntax and data types. In this segment, we'll break down the essentials of how JavaScript code is structured and explore the different types of data you'll work with. From writing simple commands to understanding how various data types like strings, numbers, and objects function, this foundation will set the stage for building dynamic and interactive web experiences. Syntax. JavaScript is written in a specific way that the computer can understand. Here's a simple example. This code shows a pop-up message saying, "Hello world." Data types. JavaScript works with different kinds of data, such as strings, text like hello, numbers, numeric values like 42, booleans, true or false values like true, arrays, lists of items like 1, 2, 3, objects, collections of properties like name John, age 30. In JavaScript, variables, functions, and events are fundamental concepts that empower you to add interactivity and dynamic features to your web pages. Here's a closer look at these essential building blocks. Variables act as containers for storing data, allowing you to manage and manipulate values throughout your code. Functions are reusable blocks of code designed to perform specific tasks, enabling you to execute operations with just a function call. Events are actions that occur in the browser, such as clicks or key presses, which can trigger JavaScript to perform various responses and updates on your web page. Understanding these elements will help you create more interactive and responsive web applications. Variables. Containers for storing data. Example. Here, name is a variable that holds the value John. Blocks of code designed to perform a particular task. Example. This code defines a function named greet that shows a pop-up message saying hello and then calls the function to execute it. Actions that occur in the browser, like clicks, key presses, or page loads. You can use JavaScript to respond to these events. Example. This code shows a message when a button with the ID My Button is clicked. In this segment, we'll delve into the Document Object Model, DOM, and explore how JavaScript can interact with and modify it. The DOM represents the structure of your web page as a tree of objects, where each node corresponds to an HTML element or attribute. By manipulating the DOM, you can dynamically change the content, structure, and style of your web pages in real time. We'll cover essential techniques for selecting, updating, and removing elements, providing you with the tools to create dynamic and interactive web experiences. The DOM is a representation of the HTML structure of your web page. JavaScript can change the structure and content. Example: this code finds an HTML element with the ID myText and changes its content to new text. Creating simple interactive elements in your web application is key to enhancing user experience. These elements, like buttons, forms, and sliders, allow users to engage directly with your content. By using basic JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, you can craft interactive components that respond to user actions, making your web pages more dynamic and user-friendly. This step is fundamental in building a more engaging and interactive user interface. With JavaScript, you can make your web pages interactive. Change text on button click. Example: when the button is clicked, the text of the paragraph changes. Show, hide content. Example: this code shows or hides content when the button is clicked. We're diving into writing code using Visual Studio Code. I've already prepared the code for you, and I'll be walking you through it step by step. I assume you're already familiar with the basics of coding, so let's jump right in. As you can see, I've just pasted the code here. This is a good time to review everything line by line. It's important to make sure that the syntax is correct and that no errors are highlighted. I'm now scrolling through the code, keeping an eye out for any red lines. These red lines indicate errors, and we want to make sure there are none before we move on. This step is crucial because even a small typo can cause the entire script to fail. Great. The code looks perfect, no errors in sight. That means we're ready to see it in action. Now let's switch over to the browser and run this page. This is where all the magic happens. By calling this page, we'll execute all the code we've discussed, one step at a time, and see the output live. And there you have it. Our code is running smoothly, without any issues. This is the final step in the coding process, where we see all our hard work come to life. Remember, always double-check your code for errors before execution. It saves a lot of time and hassle in the long run. In the Introduction to JavaScript series, we've covered the basics of JavaScript, including how to use variables, functions, and events to create dynamic web pages. We also explored manipulating the DOM to change content and structure and built simple interactive elements like clickable buttons and toggleable content. These fundamentals set the stage for more advanced JavaScript topics ahead. In our next video, we'll put everything we've learned into practice by building a basic web page. We'll combine HTML and CSS to create a simple, yet functional, web page from scratch. You'll see how to apply styling, layout techniques, and structure to make your web page come alive. This hands-on approach will solidify your understanding and set you up for more advanced topics. Don't miss it as we start building your first complete web page.
If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more exciting content on tech, inspiration, and lifestyle, make sure to subscribe and join our community. Got a topic you want us to cover? Drop a comment below and let us know.